Hey, look, listen. Spoilers ahead. Evil beware. Now on to the show.
Oh, dude.
Are you...
Dude,
Are
you should
you
have been here yesterday. We watched Narcissa and The Valley of the Wind.
It's funny that you say Narcissa because a CDQ is going on right now.
I know. I thought of that the whole time, and I was like, I can't even make this joke. No one here would get it except maybe Chase.
I showed him, or I didn't show him. I told him about when we were watching that. I showed you his mouth.
I'm in the things.
No.
I'm in the chats.
No, when we were watching.
Oh, you show me his mouth?
Yeah, and I showed you.
I'm so upset with you.
A long silence is met with rainfall. George and Kickpuncher look at each other. How can a trio be whole with only two? This wasn't supposed to happen, George yells out while hitting the ground. Tears fill their eyes. Kickpuncher looks up. You know, I had a feeling something like this might happen. Kickpuncher stands up and reaches out to George. Come on, let's win this for him. With a determined look, George grabs his hand. Let's show them that nobody messes with BakaTaka. Kickpuncher looks down to see a sword through his chest. He looks up. Wasn't expecting that. Kickpuncher collapses to the ground. I did it! I got one of the BakaTaka members. Yes, that will sure earn me some big points. The boy turns to see George with eyes glowing red teleport in front of him. George punches his stomach, and out of nowhere, the boy disappears. George returns to normal and falls to his knees. We were supposed to win together. That's the BakaTaka way. There's still a way. George turns to see a hooded character. We both know you have a way to save them. In your pocket. George reaches into his pocket and pulls out a strange-looking stone. But how did you know about this? That is not important right now, is it? We both know you're running out of time. George rises to his feet, and with a determined look, he points towards the hooded figure. Next time, I'll settle things with you. The hooded figure vanishes away as the stone in George's hand begins to glow. With a smile on his face, George raises his hands towards the heavens. Welcome to BakaTaka. Here goes nothing, as a flash of light surrounds the land.
Hi, I'm George.
I'm Eric.
And I'm Kickpuncher, I'm on the right, and I'm Chase.
I wasn't in the intro. You retconned me out.
Why do you think we were crying?
Ooh, you're dead.
Oh.
Now he's dead, and now I got a stone. Wait, but the hooded figure told me what to do. Why am I gonna
Why is
get
he going
even
all
with
like
him now?
nothing personal, kid?
Did you guys not understand the lore?
The lore. I
The
thought you
lore
were gonna
changed.
end with.
What are you talking about?
We
I
beat the
could've-
shadow last week, and I
What?
was every shonen hero in one pointing to the head.
I could have sworn
And
you
then
were
what
gonna
happened?
finish
And
with
then
"See
what
you later,
happened?
Space
What happened
Cowboy."
after pointing towards the heavens?
I actually don't know.
You collapsed to the ground.
Oh, I did. Oh, okay. I remember now.
I don't
Rain
remember.
falls
I
as
don't
we were
know what's
si-
happening.
Yes,
You're
we
crying over me. I'm
Yeah.
on the ground. That's why.
No,
I'm
I've got
not-
a stone,
Whatever.
and it's glowing.
I'm Eric.
And I'm Kickpuncher. I'm on the right, and George is on the left.
We already did that.
Yeah.
No, we didn't say the directions. Eric's in the middle, George is on the left, and I'm on the right, and I'm Kickpuncher.
Yeah, we screwed this up last week, and he's really anal about it.
I have to make sure. Welcome to BakaTaka, episode 12, everybody.
Is this actually episode 12?
This is episode 12. We did 11 last week. This is 12. I have some hidden tech at the end of the podcast.
It always gets me that we're in double digits now.
I have some hidden tech at the end of the podcast.
You said that.
Be
Okay.
ready for it. let's start with some news. Do we have any? I asked you this before. Actually.
You asked us before.
Yeah.
No, there's no.
I mean, we just said. I mean, SGDQs, summer games.
Games done quick.
Summer games done quick for support. Is it Doctors Without Borders or?
I think it's usually the Prevent Cancer Foundation for Summer Games Done Quick.
Okay, it's either
I
Doctors
think.
Without Borders or Prevent Cancer Foundation. One of those that they're raising money for.
Yeah.
If you like speed runs, go over to Twitch and check them out. It's pretty cool.
I will find out exactly what charity they're supporting. It's always the same.
Yeah, it's the same too, but I don't remember
just
which one's which.
Always
I've-
forget.
I've never been super big into speedruns, but I know you guys are.
Yeah, I mean, I used to be really big into them, but I kind of fell out.
It
of
is Doctors Without Borders. You're right.
Okay.
I know George brings it up every time it comes
Okay.
around.
I do.
So,
I
Doctor,
do.
if you're,
I find it interesting. I like
Yeah.
I like
I mean,
understanding like
so,
the
I like
the
it, but
kind
I
of
never pay
lore.
attention to when it's
Yeah.
going on and stuff like that. I always know.
Which
when
also
it's
reminds me,
happening.
Summoning Salt has not released a video recently.
Yeah.
Man, I
mean,
love his
it's
history of.
It's hard for me to get into stuff that I don't personally play.
Yes.
But I mean, if they're really good at explaining, like, do you know Carl Jobs?
No.
He does GoldenEye, Perfect Dark, and all that.
I may have seen some of his runs, but I'm not familiar with
He
them.
does a really good job at explaining other runs that he doesn't even know, because he's done
Okay.
like Doom videos and some Super Mario videos.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now they're doing a Banjo Kazooie run.
Oh, okay.
It's a race actually, a 100%
cool.
race, so that's kind of cool.
Well, yeah, if you're into speedruns, go check them out. That's pretty cool.
Definitely
If-
worth it.
yeah.
Definitely worth it. Just check out. I mean, look at the schedule, find a game you're interested in. There'll
Yeah.
be something, and I'm pretty sure that they upload all the runs to
Yeah.
YouTube, and I'm pretty sure they do it like daily.
Yeah, they do it as the
Um,
marathon goes on now.
So, like as soon as the run's done, it ends up
Yeah.
on
Oh,
YouTube.
so it's literally like a year
Yeah.
now.
I mean,
So you
before it
can
would
just
take
watch
months for things to get up. But
Yeah,
now
I
it's a
noticed.
while.
I actually noticed that.
Yeah, but now it's like day of or day after.
Well, so they've constantly GDQ, they'll hold multiple events, but the two big events they do is AGDQ,
Yeah.
Awesome Games Done Quick, which is usually in like January, February.
That's like right up the road. They usually do it in Maryland.
Yeah, it's
So-
usually like Rockville, I think.
Yeah.
And then they have SGDQ, Summer Games Done Quick, which they always do in surprise, surprise, summer,
Yeah.
which is the one going on right now. And AGDQ, I guess, is always supporting Prevent Cancer Foundation,
Yeah.
and then SGDQ is doing Doctors Without Borders.
Yep.
And I think SGDQ typically brings in more money, but both events have constantly been getting more and more
Yeah.
each year. I think last year I want to say that SGDQ brought in like 2.4 million dollars.
They regularly bring
That's
in.
insane.
Yeah, when it all started, it was a few 100,000, but now they regularly bring in over 1.5
Well, when it
million.
started, it was like 6 or 7
Yeah,
guys
I
on a
mean-
couch in a basement.
Yeah.
And now it's a whole venue. And
Yeah.
it's
I mean,
come a long way.
The first
It's
time
really
I watched
cool.
it was like 2012 AGDQ,
I
And
think that's the first one I saw.
and some guy was running Vanquish,
Okay.
the platinum
I
game.
love it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I-
such a good game.
I never saw the game before, but it's like, he was doing the super slide and
Yeah,
doing it
yeah,
everywhere. I was
yeah.
like, this is really cool. I just sat there for like 5 hours and just watched speedruns.
I've beaten
Yeah.
that game twice. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Oh, I actually, I did see one thing that I think you guys will be interested in.
Yeah.
Astral Chain. Astral Chain. I saw a headline, didn't read the article, so I don't
Yeah.
know all.
You don't know
so
the meat.
I don't know too much information, but
Yeah.
from what I gathered, Astral Chain is being developed as a trilogy.
Okay.
Whoa.
However, getting more games is completely dependent upon sales.
So it's like
Correct.
Travis Strikes Back.
Yeah.
So
No More Heroes.
if you want Astral Chain and you want more of it, you
Okay.
better buy the game or you're not gonna get more.
That brings up the thing, the ending they're going to do for it. Is it going to be open-ended enough, or is it going to be
I don't know.
closed ending or interpretation? Is there going to be time skips between the games? It's just
Maybe it's gonna be
I've
like
got
the Trails.
No idea.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't think I've ever played a game like that really,
Mhm.
where they tried to
Where
like
it's-
leave it open for interpretation, or they
Yeah.
tried to like, hey, we might have a game, but another game, or we might not. So let's do this ending.
yeah.
I don't know if I've ever played a game that really was put in that
Yeah.
position, because I mean, I've pretty
Yeah,
much
'cause if
stuck
they-
with
if
all
they're
my
putting-
Nintendo fanboy stuff
Yeah.
for most of my life.
If they're putting news like that out, you have to wonder like what they've got something
What's they
planned for
gonna
an
do?
ending.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting. I'm pretty sure we'll all be playing that game. We're gonna have so much background noise.
I mean, if it's at a
Should we
certain-
just?
Keep that. No, keep talking. Keep
Should
talking.
we even address it? Should we just?
Yeah, I'm sorry. No, it's you good. Just sound be yelling.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Sorry, I ruined the BakaTaka episode.
He's sorry, everybody. It's
Yeah,
okay.
we should have not addressed this at all. Get back in here.
See,
all good.
Chase, you're making it worse.
Yeah, it's actually getting worse.
It's
We're-
all good. It's
It's a
all
different venue. It comes with a different ambiance. Okay, you just gotta
Yeah.
let it happen. You
There's
know.
a whole mess of people outside.
And now we got like a whole thing going on.
now we're awkward because you went and yelled at him.
I mean, at this point, do we just pull in randoms every once in a while and just be
I mean,
like,
we
"What
could
did you
actually
think
bring in
about this
Emily.
show?" We could.
We could
just
bring in Emily.
we could just
Or
bring in
Sam.
Emily
Emily or Sam.
and just
or...
trash opinions
Yeah.
because literally everyone's opinion is always trash on anime.
Yeah. Well, we can
because
get
everyone's
through-
wrong.
We'll
because
see.
anime's bad.
we can get
right?
through a normal episode first.
Yeah.
And see
Yeah,
how
let's
we
just
feel
get through
later.
that. And then we'll bring in someone.
The-
We'll
the-
just bring him in. We'll be like, name a show, talk about it, and
We'll-
just put him
Put
right
him
on
on
the
the
spot.
You know what we'll call it? We'll call it BakaTaka.
I don't like that.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, let's never mention this again.
BakaTaka?
No.
Okay,
you
stop.
guys didn't get it?
Chase, stop.
Attack?
Chase, stop. Chase.
Stop. Are you bringing stack?
Anyway,
Chase,
anyway,
Chase,
back to
you're gonna have to cut this part out because you ruined it. Okay.
back to
Yeah,
GGC.
I'm just gonna have to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cut.
kick puncher.
I'll
No,
do it.
I'm kidding.
I'll kick it out. I'll kick it out of here.
All right, but back to the actual show. What about? I guess we'll get into the segment of what we've been doing.
Yeah,
last
what we've
couple
been
weeks.
watching / playing.
I mean,
Who wants to go first?
I've watched very little.
I
I'm
want
gonna just-
Eric to go first.
You want Eric
oh, you want me to go first?
I wanna-
I think we're gonna have to address this. I feel like he should probably go last. I mean, what do you? I'll.
touched.
I want to start with this.
You want to start with
okay.
me?
I want to start with this.
Okay,
All right, let's do it.
I'll start with the thing that's least relevant to all of us, but I still did. But
Mhm.
I've been still playing Last Remnant, which I
Okay.
was playing last
Yes.
BakaTaka.
Yep.
I love this game. So when I played it before, I was really bad at it, and I actually got stuck in the game because that can very well happen because it's a saga game,
yeah.
and I stopped playing.
Mm-hmm.
This time, I am hell bent to put this game over my knee and beat the crap out of it.
Good.
So I am going all out, getting ultimate weapons, getting the best party I can. I am blowing it
Maxing out
open,
the
yeah.
game.
Okay.
So I mean, I'm getting close to the ending. I'm maxing out all my characters. I'm having fun with it.
Am I thinking of something different, or did you say it's kind of like a Tales game?
No, it's a saga game. So like Saga Frontier, Romancing Saga, Final Fantasy 2. That
Not really
that broke
familiar
off.
with any of those.
Okay.
But yes, I
Yeah.
understand.
It's just a weird system because there's a bunch of like
When in
background.
doubt, head nodded out.
There's a bunch of background numbers that go on based on
Okay.
your actions, but
yes,
you
okay.
can't mathematically do it yourself because there's no formulas or anything given.
Oh,
There's literally no
okay.
way to math
Okay,
it
I
out.
get you. I
Yeah.
get you.
It's one of those games. But
Gotcha.
that's the thing
Fine.
that I've been playing that's not relevant. Obviously Azure Lane, but we don't have to keep mentioning it
Yeah.
every time. But here's the nitty gritty that Chase and George want me to get into.
Yeah.
I watched a few things this week.
Speak, sinner.
I'll start with the first one. I finished the Hitman Ramen show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tonkatsu.
Yeah, Tonkatsu Ramen. It's not good.
It's not.
Just
Yeah.
don't watch it.
I'm actually surprised you finished it.
I was 8 episodes into it. I was in the good arc too with the mushroom head.
I think I know what you're talking
The
about.
kid with the blonde hair.
Yeah.
He-
Yeah.
His story was really
His
good.
was actually surprisingly.
Yeah,
good.
his was really good, but all the other ones were hot garbage. I gave the show a 4. I wanted to give it a 3, but he redeemed it, so I gave it a 4, literally just because of his arc.
Oh wow.
But
Okay.
I not suggest to watch
Must
it.
have
on
been
this-
a decent arc
It was
to bring it,
was-
back from a
it
3 to a
was-
4.
added up all
it was 2 episodes, but they were really good.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's all I can say about this show.
Should
It
have
was
made more of the show like that.
it was fire.
It was a bad Hitman show.
Yeah, it's just there was no
What was
like cool reveals.
Gangsta.
Yeah,
That was another bad
That
one.
was bad.
it was cool at first because like here's the drug issue in the town. These people are fighting. They got a ranking system.
A good Hitman show is I told you about it last week, which is Gungrave.
Yeah,
Gungrave is a good Hitman show.
Phantom's pretty good.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Requiem of Phantom.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
man, but I like Phantom the
Yeah,
Animation
that's-
more, but that's just me.
Back off. But yeah,
Yeah.
finished Ramen show, gave it a 4. I was gonna give it a 3, but like I said, that 2-episode arc saved it. No redeeming qualities, super generic. You'll forget most of the characters.
You'll
They-
probably forget the show.
They don't even remember like half their problems in the show. It's
Yeah.
not good.
Also, it's like things just end up getting resolved somehow. and
Yeah.
you're just like
Well,
what?
it's just like his sister dies off screen, and it's like this big thing. But then all of a sudden he's like, "I'm happy." Or it's
Yeah.
like, well, cool.
All right.
This is your sister you haven't seen in years that you abandoned in China. Okay, cool, good stuff.
Hey, I mean, Things happen.
Yeah, so I wouldn't recommend watching it. But here's the thing that's got these guys' panties in a wad. I watched The Rising of Shield Hero.
Is it panties in a wad?
You
Yeah.
sure did.
Have you never heard that saying?
I've heard knickers in a twist.
You got
Hey,
your
it's
panties
the
in
same-
a wad.
it's the same- Yeah, you never heard that one?
I don't think I've ever heard panties in a wad.
Yeah,
I
it's-
mean, I know
it's
that-
the same concept.
I know
I
we
mean,
have-
it is.
I know I have
Anyway.
some West Virginia sayings, but I thought panties in a wad was a normal thing.
Anyway.
But I watched The Rising of Shield Hero. At the time, there was only 24 episodes, so that's what I watched.
Okay. Acceptable.
And I originally gave the show a 6.
Okay.
But then I deliberated with myself for about an hour and moved it down to an average 5.
Yeah, okay.
So-
Well,
Okay.
that's wrong.
So yeah, we heard about the scoring, so now we're getting the explanation.
You
why
want the
it's a five.
explanation?
Why?
Okay, so show great opening, strong opening, right?
Yeah.
World's being built. You're understanding why his struggle's happening.
Yeah.
But then after he's established there and he's going around doing all the side missions, like clearing the vines and doing all this, clearing the dragon, it was very forgettable in the middle. Things just kind of was like, oh, it just happened. They explain why it happens later.
You're saying it gets to a.
It's
a
very
leveled
stale.
It's a leveled position. is what
Yeah,
is.
it plateaus in the middle and just kind of stays there for a while.
Gotcha.
And then,
There's a point where it stops rising.
yeah,
That's what it is.
then
Like the
okay,
rising of the
But that
shield
was the
hero.
point.
Yeah,
Right,
the
but
point
it's
is
just
supposed to rise.
the
It's called
side-
the rising of the shield
so-
hero.
The-
Whoa, calm down.
the side quests were so stale. Like I didn't feel like they were developing any. Things were just kind of happening off screen, and not a whole lot of stuff was getting explained as they were going. But then, what made it really good was when he called in the Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
I lost my damn mind. I love that thing when it was called in, but I hated what's her face.
Glass.
Yeah, with her dumb animation.
Is
Oh.
is this end stuff or whatever?
No, you know Glass. She comes in with
The fans.
Yeah, she comes in during the pirate ship, the floating pirate ship, and they have to fight the Soul Eater.
Is that in the first raid or the second raid?
Second
raid.
Yeah, the second wave.
Second wave.
Did I watch the second wave? Yeah, I watched the second
Yeah,
wave.
you watched the
Okay.
second wave.
Yeah.
You-
Oh,
the Soul Eater
right,
came
right,
in,
right,
right?
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
do
yeah.
all the thing. He calls in the Iron Maiden.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
I'm losing my mind. Glass shows up and she's doing her overpowered stuff, right? And beating him up.
Yeah.
I didn't like her animations because she was standing still and her arm was just flinging around.
Yeah.
That bugged the crap out of me.
I did not
the
have
budget
that issue,
cuts.
but okay.
Yeah, and the fact that she was, I think they introduced her a little too overpowered.
I can understand that.
Yeah, I think they introduced her a little. I can understand why they needed to introduce her a little overpowered because, like, she's an endgame villain. She'll come to play later.
Yeah.
But it's just the staleness in the middle. But they bring it back later with the Iron Maiden, all the politics going on, the thing with the church, and then the last few episodes are just filler to go into next season to
Yeah.
give you.
Which I'm fine with.
Yeah.
No, so you've only watched 24. You haven't watched episode 25.
I have not watched the last.
So I
episode.
literally watched 24 and 25 before coming over here.
Right.
Yeah.
But because I watched them literally back to back, they kind of run together a bit. So what happens at the end of 24? Because I need to
they were
differentiate what
just-
happens in 25 and 24.
So the Scythe hero and the Jewel hero just were introduced themselves as pretty much the villains, and they were fighting Shield Hero.
Yes, and that's
And
where it
then
ended.
That's where Glass comes in. It was
Okay,
like-
so she did show up in 24. Okay, and then I wanted to make sure that I didn't
Yeah.
bring up that because I couldn't
Yeah.
remember if she showed up in 24 or if she showed up.
yeah, but it's pretty
at the
much
beginning of
Glass comes in,
25.
and she was like, he hasn't even brought out his Chaos Shield, and he's injured you this much.
Yes.
And
Okay.
then it pretty much ends, and they go into the next episode.
Yes. Okay. No, that's
But that is my
Yeah.
reasoning for. I mean, I can understand why the show is good,
yeah.
but for me, the middle felt stale, and just a lot of the like shield mechanics things, like him absorbing it and having this whole list of shields that I have no idea what they do.
branching,
It's just like I don't know what these do.
Yeah.
Like I can understand after he did the whole what's her face, the queen of the
Melroman?
the
Victoria.
chocobo looking things.
Yeah.
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 When he put it in there, he was like, "Oh, it unlocked the whole Victoria tree."
Yeah.
I was like, "Okay, these are like all trees for this certain species of
Mhm.
animals." That made sense afterwards, but it wasn't explained. It just kind of happens.
Yeah, no, that's understandable,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
feel like that's kind of one of those things because
But I mean, I think that's
show
just
is based
in-
on
I think it's just an isekai trope now, where
Yeah.
it's like there's a lot of unexplained
Oh,
things
yeah,
to
yeah,
keep
yeah,
you
yeah.
engaged
So
to wonder.
is the show based on a manga or
Light
a
novel.
light novel? Okay,
Light novel.
Yeah.
so I feel like some of that stuff would be explained more in the light novel, but also a lot of it is it's not supposed to be explained because it's kind of like
if you
for
remember
them.
at the beginning of it,
Yeah.
and
For
when they
them-
get into the world, they're like,
when they get
oh,
in the world-
we're obviously in an isekai.
It's
Yeah.
not even just an isekai. It's like, oh, we're in literally a video game that we know
Yeah.
of.
Yeah.
Like it's a video game to them. And if you think, just imagine like a game you play, just any JRPG that has all those kind of like elements and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you actually know what all the things in that game do? Because
Right.
like I've played almost all of Xenoblade Chronicles.
Yeah.
Still haven't beat it.
Yeah.
But like I know literally nothing about that whole gem crafting thing you can do
Oh,
in the
yeah,
game.
yeah.
I know nothing about it.
Yeah.
Like there's total subsystems in the game that you just don't interact with because it's
Yeah.
just not what you do.
Yeah.
It's like playing RuneScape.
oh, yeah.
Like
Oh yeah, RuneScape.
Or
There's
like,
so
like,
many.
tick
like when you
mining
play
and-
RuneScape, what did you do, Chase?
I
You were
was
just
I
like
was a woodcutter.
you just
I collected
literally
wood.
cut
Yeah.
wood. That
Yeah.
was your thing.
I mean, so I played a bit of RuneScape too. Like, there's a thing like I'm doing motherload mining to level
Yeah.
my mining,
Mhm.
but there's obviously other things to do. Like there's tick mining,
Yes.
where you use the ticks of the server to actually mine faster to get more XP an hour.
hmm
You're abusing the server mechanics to
Yeah.
get
and
more experience.
and that's something that I think they captured really well in the show.
Yeah.
Things like that, because like when they
Yeah.
come back together at some point, they're like, "We need to share information." They're like, "Yeah, well, you can do this and this," and they're
Yeah.
like, "What?
yeah,
Why did no one ever
Well, like,
tell me
I
this?
can
I didn't know about
understand-
that." And you're like, and then it's just like, "Oh, you just need to basically acknowledge that this system exists, and then you can
Yeah.
use it." And that's literally basically how
Yeah.
it works
Well, I
in any
mean,
JRPG.
I
It's like
underst-
if you just look at a system and eventually understand what it does, you can use it.
I
Yeah,
understand that mechanic, but like I
Yeah.
said, the thing that got me was just like it was the whole like huge shield system and wasn't explained like, oh, I can get a whole species of things to get stuff together. It's literally just
Yeah.
a giant grid that's not explained, and he uses like 3 shields.
It's basically like he's collecting personas.
Yeah.
He's unlocking like
Yeah.
different arcana.
But it's just like he uses like 3 shields throughout the like he always has the book on.
Mhm.
He used like the snake one. He used the air shield.
And
It's
what
just
I'm
like,
saying
I
is, for
don't-
me, it doesn't cause an issue because that's how I
Yeah.
would play a game.
But,
if
like,
was
I don't
in
know,
that.
like,
you know,
it's
there's
just,
your
like-
things you default to. You do the same
Yeah,
thing
but I
every
mean,
single
it's
time,
like-
essentially. For
Is
them.
one air shield just like the basic? Did he get the second one because he got other things in that species?
No,
that
that's
unlocked
and
it?
that's a fair argument.
for,
Yeah.
for me the
I mean, that's
isekai-
like nitpicking.
Yeah.
but-
yeah. The isekai part of it, I didn't even actually care too much about it.
Oh yeah.
It was more of like I love hating like the villains in the show.
Oh yeah.
And
They
I love,
did a very good job making all the
Yes.
villains hateable.
Yeah.
and like anytime like Malfumi does like anything like nice and stuff like that, it's like oh like because the villains explain why he acts like a jerk to everyone and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't justify it, but
Yeah.
it explains why he's like this and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like that. And so like when you actually see the moments where like he is nice, it's like oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's this guy.
Yeah. No, that's
Yeah.
definitely true.
It's fun stuff like that, and it's also like
Mhm.
because it reminds me of what Black Clover, because Black Clover has like a bunch of characters that you just hate. They have that dumb smirk on their face, like
yeah,
you
but
know-
don't you just hate every character in that? I thought that was
Yeah.
the whole goal of the show to
No,
make
Black
you
Clover?
hate the show.
No, Black Clover is like
we hate
super.
shonens.
We hate Black Clover.
Yeah, me too. I hate shonens.
Good.
Good.
No, the trial was fun.
The trial.
The
Which-
trial.
Which
The trial of the king and the.
oh yeah,
No, that was fun.
that was a good
Yeah.
episode. I loved how they resolved that.
Yeah. I like how
Very
they
well
were
done.
stuttering over themselves. Like they're about to call him their actual name, but they were like, oh, I mean trash. I mean slut.
It's so
yeah.
good.
Yeah. I like the
Um,
trial. I felt like a lot of that could have been resolved by just, the queen stepping in earlier. But I mean, once again, that's just nitpicking and writing the story
Yeah.
differently.
No, that's yeah.
But like I said, the whole middle part of the side quests were just really stale to me.
Which is again, that was part of the point. It
Yeah.
was him just like taking care of the things that all these other heroes messed up,
Yeah.
doing what they should have done in the first place.
Yeah.
And it was the point of what was being done. That doesn't mean that it wasn't slow and kind of
Yeah.
stale, but it was the point of it being slow and kind of stale.
And then I know they want the heroes to work together to be stronger, but after like they started explaining the mechanics, they felt so weak. Like they're just like helpless children.
all of
The,
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 heroes,
the
or
other
just
heroes outside
Yeah,
of
they're
Shield
Well, yeah,
Hero.
that's because they're actually stupid and have
Yeah.
no idea what they're doing.
Well, I mean,
or,
like,
They're
they're
not building their mechanics.
Yeah, but I mean,
right?
they're
not,
going
yeah.
around like overthrowing governments and slaying dragons and being
Yeah.
touted as these superheroes. But now,
Well, yeah, they
But-
actually have a kingdom to help
yeah,
them
but
do
now,
it.
now it just seems like they're just helpless children. I'm just like, this is it is a big yikes for me.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, in reality, they
Yeah.
actually couldn't do anything on their own.
Whereas
Yeah.
Malfumi's just like, I'm a demon. Check
Yeah.
it.
But he's got it under control.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
says.
Oh, I'm an under control demon.
But what matters is you gave it a 5.
Yeah, there was nothing there that stood
it's-
out to me as.
It's above average, though.
I think it's average.
I don't think so.
I think it's pretty average.
I was talking to Eric about this on the ride
It's
here.
not.
For me, anything I put like a 7 or higher is like something I like. It's a show I really like enjoyed and
Mhm.
stuff like that. Like
Mhm.
even from like a 7 or something like that. So like the fact that you gave it a 5 and stuff like that, it's like like listen to hear you like say positive things about it. It's like
I
I'm
mean,
not
I'll say
convinced.
positive things, but there's other isekais that I would suggest
Yeah,
over
like
this in a heartbeat.
yeah, like what you rated Slime.
SAO, yeah.
You rated Slime like a 7,
7,
right?
yeah.
I gave it like a 6, I think, and
Yeah,
I gave
Slime a 7,
but I
given,
gave Shield Hero a 7.
I've given all of Overlord like a 7 and 8. So
I didn't like Overlord.
See, I think Overlord, well, I don't know. Overlord
this
is
is
very
why we have
different.
differing opinions.
Yeah,
on
well,
the
you're not allowed to
podcast.
have a differing opinion. It's hate. Tina, you should
No,
know.
bad
Nerdy
opinion.
Doggy.
That makes you the worst kind of person.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I heard from a little bird that I was brought up the other day that
Well, no. I brought that up for like let's continue on.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Don't worry about it.
We'll
Don't
move
worry
on.
about it.
Well, we
But
need
anyway-
to talk about that.
But anyway,
We're coming
that,
back.
that was the first thing that you guys were concerned about of why I gave that a 5.
Yes,
But
tell
that-
us about the other two.
So I guess part of it for me, just before we move on, I
Right.
think part of it is when I look at a show, I also take into account like the plot of the show, not
Right.
just necessarily the whole resolution. And I think that show did things different than other isekai did.
Oh, yeah.
Other isekai just dropped this hero in a world, and yeah, there's a villain, but like I feel like he was stacked against the odds way more than
Oh, yeah.
any other isekai did, and I think that was something special. And I think I kind of contributed that
they were
towards
just
a
filling
higher
a box,
score.
summoning him. They were just checking off a checklist.
I mean,
and so that
exactly.
summoning
If
him.
I'm going to
kind of
compare it
thing.
to anything like being stacked against the odds, it would be like ReZero.
Yeah, that's true. That
Stacked
happened
against the
in-
odds. And
So
he's trying to
yeah, but
come through.
ReZero, like when he goes there, nothing's trying to kill him immediately. It's because like the things he does, like in that he gets into, starts like attacking him.
Yeah, I mean, he, spoilers, dies eventually in each thing.
Yeah,
and comes back.
But see, like look at it this way and stuff like that. If he never even like bumps into Amelia, or if he
Right.
never even like follows Amelia,
but it's just like the odds
right?
are stacked
and
against
stuff like
him.
that. No, none of this stuff happens.
I mean,
he
it's
probably
stacked-
wouldn't even die.
I'm saying it's
for a
stacked
while.
against him in the sense that in every fight he is literally powerless.
Oh yeah,
All
I
these
mean,
people are like super powered Onis and demons and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He can't do anything.
You can't do anything.
He's also not that smart for how he handles
Right.
situations.
So I'm just saying, like,
Pretty dumb.
Everything is stacked against him, but if I'm going to compare like the two that way, Shield Hero is better than ReZero by a mile.
You know, yeah.
What'd you give ReZero?
I think I gave like a 4 or 5.
Okay. Well, at least they're
At least it's
comparable.
lower, Yeah.
So moving on from that, the next thing I watched was Why the Hell Are You Here, Sensei?
I still haven't watched that. I need to.
So if you like censorship bars and
Aw.
cut out screaming, then this is the
Aw.
show for you.
Man.
But
Wait, are we gonna get like an?
maybe, but you could just read the manga. That I used to read the manga all the time.
The manga.
So, It's,
Okay.
it's pretty good.
Hmm.
I mean, the show's trash.
I mean, obviously,
I
yeah.
can tell by the picture.
It's just there.
I just want to watch it for the memes.
It's just there if you like big old anime titties and stuff like that. It's a very. I feel bad talking about it now, but I watched it. I gave it a 4, but in my heart, I'd give it an 8.
Oh man.
All right, what's that?
But
In
I'm
my
also
heart.
giving it that high score because I used to read the manga and I enjoyed it.
In
a
my
lot.
heart of hearts, it deserves an 8.
Yeah, but in reality, I
would
gave
you
it.
call
A 4.
that?
I would have given-
pleasure.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have given it a lower score. I would probably give it a 3 or a 2 even, because the show is bad animation. The censorship
okay,
ruins it and
yeah,
all that.
Mm,
But it's just knowing my history with it.
yeah.
But moving on, the thing that's concerned you guys the most was I watched The King's Game.
So I don't know what this is, but Chase does, and Chase told me it's trash, and I believe Chase.
It is really so. It's one of those. It's a light novel, but it's like this super self-insert like fetish novel for the author. The main character is literally named after the author.
Oh, okay.
But it's just basically this classroom gets called in for the king's game, and they have to follow the king's orders. If they don't,
They're getting
punished.
text messages from the king.
Yeah.
They don't
And
know
punishments
who the king is.
range from like them hanging themselves to just randomly like limbs flying off, or self-immolation, or suffocation.
What?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's or decapitation.
Dang.
Yeah, it's so the way they tell the story is really confusing too, because they're constantly telling his past King's game that he was part of,
Uh-huh.
and then him going through the current King's game,
Mm-hmm.
and then people are just kind of like dying left and right, and you don't know who they are, but they're just listing people they're dying.
Wow, okay.
And
Just like Battle Royale.
I mean,
Checking out, like-
Battle Royale is good though. This was
I mean, in a cheesy kind of way, yeah.
it's
Are we
just
talking about Battle Royale, the movie?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Yeah.
it's just like
I need to watch the second one.
they're
Second one's weird.
I believe it.
the King's. I have no words for it. Pretty much,
It's just-
it's not. I literally gave it a 1
Yeah.
because
Yeah, I know.
It's just-
Man, I saw. I was like, wow. He
It's
must have
just-
hated that.
so it's like he's at his old school, right?
Yeah.
It's like they're doing a popularity contest, and like we got to vote for these two people, and whoever loses gets the punishment.
Oh.
Well, a girl loses, she freaks out, she jumps out a window and kills herself. And they get the text message. It's like, well, since she can't do it anymore, the punishment falls on the other person that's part of the contest. And so her original punishment was you have to confess to the person you like. But, she jumped out a window, so she didn't know that it was actually something simple.
Dang.
So then it just escalates all of a sudden. He was like, you have to have sex by midnight. It's just like, what? So the dude's the main character's freaking out. It's like, my girlfriend right here needs to, do it with him. And she was like, no, I can't do that. So he knocks the dude out, pushes them into his room, and locks the door, and was like, you have to do it right now. We need to save him. Right?
What?
Yeah.
What
But the
is
thing
this
is,
show like
He
this?
spends all that time and all that effort to save him just for the dude to die later because he decided to roll a die.
What?
Yeah. There was another game you have to roll a dice, and the person that rolls the dice gets punished, but whatever the dice rolls on, you have to name the same amount of people that it rolled on. So if it rolls on a 4, you have to name 4 people, and they all get punished. Well, he rolled and obviously gets a 6. So
Oh.
he gets punished along with 6 other people. And he's just like mentioning names off screen, and they're just laying on the floor dead all of a sudden.
Oh man.
Yeah. It's
Killed them.
I don't know, it's
What a dumb game.
It's really
What a
nice.
dumb
It-
show.
it's a psycho fetish show. I
It
just,
sounds so weird.
yeah, like it's if you're into
What is
really-
this? What's the average score on Mal?
it's
for
like a
King's-
5.
Okay, so it's like
Legitimately bad.
Yeah, that's
the actual
bad,
light
yeah.
novel has like a 7. Even that's
that's not
really
good.
below
for-
average
yeah.
for mouse standards.
That is why.
And it sounds like you're having a good time.
I'm interested in what you're saying.
But I mean, King is not good. I only watched because on Verve they suggest you a lot of things, right?
Yeah.
And for some reason, it's suggesting me a lot of horror shows, like Corpse Party that I've already seen, the Junji Ito collection.
Have you watched Junji Ito?
I've read some of the manga. It's really cool.
I've read like
I watched
one
a
or
little
two of
bit
his
of
stories.
that.
I have not watched it, and I don't think I want to. Because if it's anywhere as creepy as those stories,
Yeah.
I do not
If it-
want to see it animated.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it's like the drawings, he's putting like the people with like the 100 eyes on them and like drooling.
This, the drawings are a little bland compared to the drawings in the manga, from what I've heard.
Okay,
Yeah.
still.
They're still really giga creepy.
Yeah, that show I can
Yeah.
only imagine because those the manga it just
Every time
is
we go to
creepy,
Otakon
like,
and
good
Katsucon
creepy.
and see like the Junji Ito collection, I'm always tempted to get it because I think they're really good,
oh,
but it's just so creepy.
Yeah.
It's
I just remember the one with the mountains, like the holes,
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
cutouts of the people.
Yeah.
It's just like that one is
Oh,
that
and
was
he-
insane.
any of the times where he's like has like welts on people or like has a bunch of eyes or mouths.
The
and stuff.
way he just draws things makes it
Yes.
so like sinister and
Yeah,
creepy.
it's
good.
It makes
It's
your
just-
skin crawl.
Yes, skin crawling is like
Yeah.
the best way to describe it.
But that keeps suggesting to me, and then King's Game was on there,
Okay.
and I got tired of seeing it, so I'll freaking watch it.
I'll get rid of it.
I'll get it out of
I'll
the
get
way.
rid of
That's
it.
I do the same thing with YouTube. I'm like, it keeps suggesting this video. I might as well
Yeah.
just watch it so it
You can
stops
click not
suggesting it.
interested.
No,
dog.
that doesn't help.
What?
It doesn't.
No,
They're lying to you, Chase.
So
it's a
That's because
placebo.
you keep talking about
No,
it.
so
it's just...
I watch like Pokemon Wi-Fi battles and like Showdown Live stuff. Every time I go to the right side, it's some like 4 million view video of like it's like kid reviews this toy or this day's kids out. I was like, I don't care about kid. I'm not a pedophile. So I put not interested, don't like the video, and then like a week later, those same videos will be back. Like Jason reviews this toy. How does he like it? I was like, is it because I'm clicking Pokemon that's like labeled as kids?
It must be.
Probably.
So-
Yeah.
You watch too much Pokemon.
I hate it. I hate it. So I can't watch to get out of the way because then I'll get put on some list.
Oh man.
Yeah, but that's all I've been watching.
That's all you can...
All I've been watching, all I've been playing. I
Well,
got
you-
all the excitement
that's
and info you guys wanted.
You want
out.
me to go next? You want to go next?
I mean, I can just. I've got, I think, 2 things.
Yeah.
I mean, you already mentioned you watched Shield Hero.
Yeah, I watched Shield Hero, finished it. I liked it more than you did. I gave it an 8. Though I'm right between 7 and 8. Like if I could give it a 7.5, that's what I do.
Mine's a solid.
I mean, if
But
I
I
could do
round
that
up.
too, I would give mine like a high 5.
Yeah.
Like it would be like 5.7.
Yeah,
like
mine
almost
would be a
6.
high
Yeah.
7, so I just rounded up to 8. I really did enjoy the show. There were definitely things that I think could have been done better or didn't need to
Yeah.
be. Like the whole thing, like I said before, they hit a point where they could have just ended the show and it would have been like the perfect thing to end the season on.
Yeah.
But then they kept going to set up the
Yeah.
second season. And I'm like, I'm not against that,
Yeah.
but
If you're
why?
never gonna do the
you know,
second
they didn't
season,
have
yeah.
to.
Yeah. Or at least
And I
do it
think
like
that
an
was a little
OVA or
weird.
something.
Yeah, like do it in an OVA. An OVA
Yeah.
would have been perfect for what they wanted to do. They could have just made it like a longer episode. They could
Yeah.
have done whatever they wanted.
Yeah.
And that would have been good.
Yeah.
So finished that, enjoyed it. Watched Kakaguri XX or
Mhm.
second season Kakaguri
Yeah.
on Netflix. Finally dropped. It took forever. Oh man,
It's been good.
I liked it just as much as the first season. I don't think it was as good as the first season,
Mm-hmm.
but it was a lot more just back to back
Yeah.
gambling. Just every episode was
Yeah.
stuff was happening. You know, it just kept moving. But it's only 12 episodes. It's
Was
like
there
it wasn't long enough for anything to actually get
Yeah.
resolved.
Right.
was there
It
more
was
lewd
just-
faces from Jabami?
Huh?
Is there more lewd
no,
faces?
There were so many lewd
That was
faces.
like the
from
best part.
everyone.
It's just like what faces Jabami is
It
gonna
was that and it was definitely not a step down in quality.
Mhm.
The only reason I think it would probably score lower is just for the fact that less happened in way of like story progressing necessarily.
make. Mm-hmm.
Because it was like it set up this whole thing. So now they're going through a whole election. So
Right.
Yeah.
after the first season, the president of the school, the student council president, she's like, all right, we're going to hold this election. Whoever gambles and gets the most votes at the end of this election period, new student council president,
Yeah.
which basically means like they rule the world or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah.
The old student council was busted, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So the student council president, the current one, came in. She was like, we going to gamble for this. And they were like, yeah, whatever, you first year, you don't know anything. And she won. And they were like, what? And
Yeah.
she changed everything.
Yeah.
And now she's just like, whatever, we're just going to do this. So even she's like gambling to keep the spot, but everyone is just going through and all the things are happening.
Yeah.
And now there's a whole bunch of other members of the Bami clan,
Mm-hmm.
as it's called. So
Yeah.
Jabami,
Yeah.
Yumiko Jabami, she's involved. And it's literally any student,
Yeah.
but it's all these Bami clan
Yeah.
family members, just
Yeah.
all kinds of out there, just spanning the president. So student council president, the current one, is one of them. A bunch of other Bami clan members, like I think it's like 15 or 16 show up, and they're all got their own special thing or
Yeah.
whatever. And it's just all these cool gambles happening. Lewd faces everywhere.
Nice.
It's great. Just watch it. It's still stupid gambling fun.
I need to finish the first. I got halfway through the first season.
Okay. It would probably be
Yeah.
a good one to marathon.
Oh,
The problem is 12 episodes, you don't get to resolve any of the election stuff.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
You know
I
what?
gotta wait another season to
Look
get this.
Look at the bright side. It's better than King's Game.
I mean,
everything's better than King's
he
Game.
gave it a 1, Chase. Everything's better than King's Game.
That's the
The
bright
only thing I
side.
know on my list that I gave a 1 immediately is 11 Eyes.
11 eyes.
Yeah,
Never heard
it
of that.
was
Eyes as in EYES or just
EYE.
the letter
Yeah.
I?
One, it's literally
Just eyes
1
in a
1
row.
EYES. 11 Eyes.
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
Why not?
So I watched those 2 shows. I'm behind on JoJo's. I think honestly at this point it's at 36 or 37 episodes maybe. I might just write it out and just marathon this and last fight.
That's good. I might also
See what happens.
I've got a lot of ones on here.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang, I don't even think I have a single one, to be honest. And then last night we watched some movies.
Yes, sir.
Let's see. We watched Your Name, which I'd seen before.
Yeah, I think we talked about that before.
The Girl Who Left Through Time.
Yeah.
Oh, that was even better than I expected. There was so much humor in that. I did not know.
That's a different reaction than what I've heard from other people.
Really?
Yeah. Sam said it wasn't good. Like, it was good, but there was enough not good in it to make it good.
When we finished the movie last night, he said he enjoyed it like a lot.
He told me
he enjoyed it. He thought it was good because it was bad.
He told me there was a lot of like bad stuff in it, but the bad stuff was like good. Like, it was humorous good. He explained it to me weirdly.
Sam,
it was like a Sam way of explaining.
Okay, I get what you mean. So yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. I thought the humor and some of the way they had characters acting, it just made it funny. And then we watched how do you pronounce it?
Nausicaa in the Valley.
Nausicaa. I just kept wanting to say Narcissa because we made the SGD SGDQ
can't pronounce
reference.
that anymore.
Nausicaa in the Valley of the Wind, and that was
really good.
It was really good. Oh, it was so good.
It's one of those. I was telling Chase this, but it's one of those Ghibli films that people don't really know about.
Like, it flew under the radar kind of thing.
But like the manga is really, really good.
Is a manga?
Yeah. Yeah,
wait, so are all Ghibli movies based on manga, or most of them are original?
They're just not all original.
Yeah,
what it is.
Okay.
Yeah. Nausicaa was a manga. I think it was like an art book and then a manga and then the movie.
Is the manga
Nausicaa was
Ghibli or was it someone else?
It's Ghibli.
So Ghibli makes manga as well.
Yeah, they made
so
the manga.
And then they made the movie. Oh, interesting. I did not know
Nausicaa
that.
and the Valley of the Wind was the first movie they made, but it was before they were actually called Studio Ghibli.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the first movie they
That was
made.
the first movie they made.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Wow, they start off with a
it's
bang.
It's really old. It was like right after the 60s that came out.
It was so good.
Yeah.
I was very impressed. I love this art because leading into it, you told us, Chase, that it was kind of a little bit slower.
From what we had been watching, it was slower.
Yes, certainly.
I mean, the manga starts out slow too because they explain like she's the messenger and she's going to the city and all the things that's going on. But like it just picks up and keeps going and going.
They built the whole world. The only thing I wish they did more of was I really wish we kind of got more history about how the world ended up where it was. It wouldn't have added anything to the story they told.
Yeah.
But it'd be really cool to kind of get that background just to understand it even more. Because you kind of see that the giant colossal things came through and just wrecked the earth. But then you have like the bugs and stuff. And I was very happy with that movie. It kept my attention the whole time. And that was like the last thing we watched that night. And I was definitely tired, but it kept my attention. I was a very big fan of that movie.
I'm a big fan of it too.
It was very good. Very, very good. I need to add it to my list because I haven't yet, but it's probably going to get like a I don't know, 8 or 9, somewhere in there. That's all I've watched. I haven't played anything. I don't even think I've touched a video game in weeks.
You haven't gotten on your Switch?
I haven't. I've been missing out. It's unfortunate. Yeah. All right, on to Chase.
Ready?
What you doing?
So the Saturday after we recorded last time, I watched Mitsubishi Colors.
What's that?
That's the one with the 3 girls. They all like dress like in a different color, and they go around the town, and they're the Mitsubishi Colors.
You're into some Yuri stuff, man.
Dude, they're like 10.
Yeah, so this is anime,
officer.
Chase.
That's him.
They shoot an officer with an RPG.
What?
Yeah, it's crazy. So they just go around the town, and the town's
Oh, is it just dumb humor?
Yeah, so they're 3 little girls, and they call themselves the Mitsubishi Colors, and they protect the town, and like all the adults, you know, who like they talk to and like mess up, they're in on it. So they're just like, okay, well,
so
let's set up a quest for them to do to help protect the town and stuff like that.
Where's they get an RPG?
It's a toy RPG from a one shop owner.
Yeah, I thought they were firing a real RPG.
Yeah.
I mean, it actually
top.
shoots out, and I think they shoot him with it, and it hits him like in the gut.
I mean,
And then like
okay.
one of the girls grabs the kendama. They get a box of old Japanese
yeah.
toys. She grabs
Okay.
the kendama and she's swinging around. She's knocking paper airplanes out of it.
I believe it.
Yeah, really goofy show, really fun. I give that show like a 7. It was really like enjoyable.
Okay. Well, that sounds like it's right up your alley.
Yeah, I was
so
gonna say that's a chase show.
that's a chase show. I'd probably enjoy that.
Let's see. I watched Makame and Mikochi. That's the one that it looks like a Studio Ghibli film, but it's not. Or it looks like a Studio Ghibli show, but it's not. It's about the little people. It aired back, I believe, the same time Made in Abyss was airing.
I don't recall this
Yeah, I
show.
don't recall
I only
either.
watched. I only watched like an episode of this, but it
Oh.
was all right. That's what I'll say.
Just the
Alright.
single episode was all right. You
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
watch the whole thing. Okay.
See, I watched
See,
like
you haven't really watched enough to
yeah.
make
Gotcha.
it.
just saying.
Gotcha.
I watched like 10 episodes of Get Back. 10 episodes of Get Backers.
Uh-huh.
It's weird.
Yeah,
I
it is a
don't-
weird show.
I don't know if I'm going to continue it. I'm just like, I understand what's going on. It hasn't really escalated past this point. Maybe. I watched. Okay, so Eric, you're probably going to like really enjoy this show if you actually watch this.
Hit me.
This show is utter garbage.
Okay.
It's trash. No,
That's
listen,
what you
listen.
think of me.
No. Listen. It's genuinely like a good show. It's a trashy show.
Like lewd.
Yeah, kind of like lewd.
Okay, well,
and like
okay.
it's like, and it's like super crude and everything.
Yeah, hit me.
Air Gear.
I know Air Gear.
Air Gear is so much fun to watch.
Yeah.
It's just it's like a raunchy, like crude, like they're just like riding like hover skateboard
Yeah.
or skates around.
It's like
and
inline
stuff like that.
skates. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're doing like competitions, and like they form teams, and you slap your sticker on like the wall, and then like if another team slaps their sticker over it, they're challenging your team,
Mhm.
and like the winner, like the losers have to like disband their team and stuff like that. So like you put all the stakes on the line when you're as a team, and you like challenge like another team.
Yeah.
And like he's just riding around, and the main character Iki, he's just like a stupid guy who's like really good at riding skates, and
This dude is jacked.
yeah. Like this show is so much fun to watch. Chuck showed me the show like a couple years ago.
Yeah, this seems like a
And-
Chuck show.
Like, man, it's not really animated well. It's kind of animated really poorly and stuff
Mhm.
like that.
Mm.
But like, behind all the like not as good stuff, it's actually like a generally like a
Okay.
decent like pretty well put
Yeah,
together
yeah,
show
yeah.
and stuff like that. And I really enjoyed my time spent with it. If you watch the dub, there's a lot of F-bombs.
I believe
too.
it. Is that
So-
how you watched it?
I did watch it because I watched it originally. But anyway, that's Air Gear.
What'd you give Air Gear?
Air Gear is like it's awesome. It's fun.
Yeah.
After that, I watched another Chuck show, Vandred, the
Oh,
first
yeah, yeah.
season.
Android. I think I've heard of that before. I haven't watched it.
No, I thought it was kind of mediocre. Yeah.
Vandred's not for me.
Yeah, it's just not that good. Let's see. After that, I also finished Senryu Girl. Did you guys?
Oh,
Yeah, this is the half
okay.
episode length ones that aired this season.
Yeah,
It's,
I haven't.
the girl, the main girl, she has trouble just like putting words out of her mouth, and because everything she wants to say, she says it all at the same time, so it just comes out like something like that.
Yeah.
So she just grabs these senryus, these like poem like card things, and she writes what she wants to say on it.
Yeah.
And it's not like something that like slows the show down or anything, because like they'll have her voice like as if it was saying it, even though like she's just holding it up to the other person, they're reading it and stuff like that. It's a comedy. It's fun. It's yeah.
That's
It-
not
it-
where
it-
the hell are you, or why the hell are you here, Sensei?
No.
Could be. It could be.
Yeah.
But that's that. And then I started watching No, I actually forgot there's one more. I watched Shining Hearts.
Oh,
Oh, no.
That's
Eric
exactly
just
what I
threw
thought
up
about it
his
too.
mouth.
Like I was watching it, I was like, is this show actually going to get good? Like while I'm watching.
There's nothing. I don't like the Shining Heart series. The visual novels, the games,
Yeah.
anything. I don't like
like
it at all.
like I was like, okay, so this is a game. It's put in
Yeah.
like cool idea, you know, like all these people from different worlds are coming to one island. They're just like showing up on it. Doesn't do anything with it at all.
Oh,
Like it's just it ends up they just bake bread and then just like, oh, go get this bread out, everybody.
Why?
It's not good.
Yeah, things just happen.
Yeah.
They could have been super cool, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's like even the video game is like a baking show. It's not good.
Ugh.
And then I'm gonna close this because this is acting all funny. The last thing I watched, which I'm still watching, is Pat Labor.
I've always wanted to watch it. The mobile police.
Yes,
Yeah.
Mobile Police, Pat Labor. It's back from 1989. It's there's
Wow.
they design mechs with like that you kind of like sit in, but you're kind of like your head sticking out of it, and people control them. So to make sure that they don't go haywire with them, they make a police unit for them that use Pat Labors also, and so then they stop them with like their mechs.
Oh,
Some of that.
yeah, I understand.
And, you know,
Is it actually episodic or is there like an overarching story?
I mean, I think there's an overarching story kind of going.
Because that's
together,
one
but it's
complaint I saw about some of the Pat
Yeah,
Labor
it's
series was there's episodic stuff.
characters in the show so much fun.
Uh-huh.
Like, you know, they seem a little one dimensional at first, but the more you watch the episodes and stuff
Aren't
like
they
that,
just like a bunch of Chads? And
kinda,
just like old dudes?
yeah. Like the commander, like he's just like he's basically as if Kyon was like put inside like a commander seat. He's just like he's super cocky and stuff like that. He knows like how other people think and stuff. So and like the main girl, she's like, I think she's still like a teenager or something like that, but she's just obsessed with Pat Labors and stuff like that.
Of course.
So she doesn't even know like about popular pop idols and stuff like that.
Or whatever.
She's just
Me
like
neither.
Pat Labors, woo! And so there's just like a bunch of Chads like around her. And so,
That show it's always been on my plan even since I started watching anime. It's always been on the backlist to watch.
I am really enjoying it. I was really upset when my account was signed out on my Chromebook.
Oh, yeah.
And I couldn't watch it. But that's Pat Labor,
Well,
and that's what I've been watching.
when you finish watching it, let me know because
Yeah.
if it's something I need to get into because it's always on the list.
I'm really enjoying it. I think you'll probably enjoy it too.
Okay.
I don't know if George will because you know it's like it's old.
Yeah, that's not.
It's old.
I don't have
It's not an
problem with-
isekai.
Okay, calm down.
Where's Kirito?
Kirito.
Is that all you guys got?
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, everybody, you just used another.
And don't forget to mention that special thing at the end.
Thanks.
Hidden tech.
You
Hidden
guys.
tech. Don't forget to mention you're at the Chase. We're at the end. Don't forget to mention that special thing.
Okay, I'll mention the special thing.
You
first.
asked us to remind you. We did.
Yes. Let me close this phone real quick.
Special thing at the end,
Certainly
Chase.
did. Hey everybody. You just listened to BakaTaka episode 12, the last episode of season 1. Dun-dun-dun.
Why are you holding out two? You said season 1. You held out 2 fingers.
Because I'm about to say, look forward to season 2, episode 1 coming next time. As always, we've been sitting on the left,
it was George.
sitting in the middle,
I'm Eric.
and I'm on the right, and I'm Kick Puncher / Chade. You've been listening to BakaTaka. Thanks for joining us for season 1. Look forward to it.
Later.
Wait, what's the hidden? You didn't.
Season 2.
Peace.
Oh, that's it. Oh, peace.
So, last episode.
You heard it? You heard it?
The very end of it. He's trying to cut it. He's trying to cut it off, and you just hear "cuh."
I cut it off like right there.
Dude, well, I still haven't watched that episode because we haven't been like to work out yet, at all recently. You know, on account of like baby
issues.
ass
The recording had the whole
all that
thing,
stuff,
so that's
yeah.
why I cut it like right there to
Yeah,
put it halfway in.
He cut it like right at the "cuh."
crazy.
I was playing. I was like, "There it is. There it is." "Cuh." I was like,
Ah.
"Dang it!" But we're getting closer every time.
Every time.